Some FAQs related to assessment reports. I just want to highlight this. Well, as I mentioned at the very beginning, one of the reasons why we're talking about rubrics today is because of SAC-COC, the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools Commission on Colleges, and their expectations for measuring student learning. But I'll mention this too, a lot of you already know this, but our fifth year report from Carolina goes to SAC-COC this spring. And our assessment plans and reports would go to external reviewers. As we talked about earlier, these rubrics can make it very clear to people who are not familiar with our work to understand what we do. The most recent plans and reports for 2019, 2020, 2020, 2021, and 2021, 2022 will be reviewed as part of that process. And most recent reports, 2021, 2022, are due in mid-January. But a couple other things about rubrics specifically that I think are worth highlighting. You don't have to necessarily rescore student work for these reports every year. You don't necessarily have to sample outside of class. You can actually use a rubric to score work in a single course, and the instructor for that course can do all the scoring. That's appropriate for these assessment reports. Another thing too I'll highlight is if you're missing a report from a previous year, and that's happened between the pandemic and everything else that's been going on. Sometimes departments didn't have a report for a particular year. You can actually use the rubric you developed through this initiative to score work from previous years to address a missing report. You could pull students' work samples from Canvas, Sakai, or Carolina Digital Repository, whatever is appropriate for your program. There's a few different ways that you use rubrics to fulfill this SAC-COC requirement.